Hi, John here. It's Friday, the 9th of May 2014. So where we are at the present time with our project, the tidal energy project in shares, is that it's taken quite some time to put a full prospectus together so that you can see this project is not just any old project. It has other things added to it. That means we're operating on a platform bridge in the middle of the ocean off the coast of 250 countries eventually, but we're starting from Scotland first, only because we have an interest in their tidal turbine energy projects for some years now, and entered their competitions in the Sustainable Fund for that type of device in the sea. So basically we're making electricity from big turbines in the water, and then we split the seawater into oxygen and hydrogen gas. Electrolysis with the electricity, and then we compress it with hydraulics from the tidal turbines, because everything is water pressure right down the bottom of the ocean. We're trying to get to at least 100 meters and more deep areas, but if it's shallow, then we can put them there as well. It doesn't matter, but we'll get less turbines in, because every height there's 10 meter, 10 meter, 10 meter is the height of the turbines. So 50 meter deep in Calais, Dover in England, it's around about 40 to 50, 60 meters. So we'll only get successfully 2 turbines stacked up on top of each other in one pile, 4 meter pile. So that's our concept of being the product being hydrogen, jet fuel, that's liquid hydrogen, or hydrogen metal, solid metal, that's for storing all the hydrogen over longer periods. It won't lose too much of it, in fact it doesn't. Very little bit gets lost at the tap, so it's metal, it comes out gas. That's the latest we're using with HB Technologies in Taiwan. We already got a pending contract with Vahan Baybutan. He's the boss there, the owner of the company. Very highly sophisticated stuff. So we had a good talk and exchange of letters, and ready to go. So the idea was to go right off around at least 25 to 100 kilometres off the coastline, like say east coast of the North Island, New Zealand. That's our own ancestral land blocks. We're going to put one there, but we'll start from Scotland first, in the Pentland first. If they'll let us go in there with our turbine, we'll go and put one in there. Just a portion of a bridge that's 200 metres long with 3 4-meter piles on, and the turbine spinning around that. So that's basically what it is, and an airport on top. You can land on there. Just designing a boat at the moment, a big one, great big one, that'll go faster than anything, on rocket fuel. We'll put rockets in it, so she'll push a load pretty quick, and it'll take our materials out into the sea very fast, straight from South Korea. We've got interest there with Kawi Design Engineers in Denmark. They've got our pending plans, not all the plans, but just the ideas of what the turbine looks like. You'll see it on this prospectus. There's a number of pictures there that are showing various stages of how we're going to do this project with a lot of people. So I'm just talking off the cuff here, just running across bits and pieces. So you'll get a general idea of what we're achieving here internationally. Not just of one country, but the 250 countries, whichever one comes up first. So we got 2 investors, one from Australia that I'm talking on Skype with, I won't name him, and one from Russia. So the first one in, that's where we go. We're going to drop the whole project. Each of the projects that go in the tidal turbine platforms will be built by that country and their expertise, so we don't take another country's ideas to say Russia. Russia will build it themselves. We're just going to sit in the middle of them and tell them what it looks like and how it works, the best of the best ideas, and then they'll do the rest. That's what's going to happen here with this ship. It's a hovercraft sort of boat that'll go on the land as fast as it can go in the sea and carry passengers through the islands or Bass Strait or Dover to Calais in North France. So that's where our goals have always been in marine and admiralty situations in the sea. We're going under the King William IV Admiralty Court-Martial Law. You'll see that in there as well. We've got several businesses running. There's 10 of them. That covers law, admiralty, high court, fraud. We've got people doing that at the present time, waiting. And we've got tidal turbine technology, design and development. We've got land titles to sort out. We've got birth certificates and licenses to come into this bridge. Okay, so we've got banks. We'll have our own water currency money as soon as we start making fuel. That's our money source in bulk. We'll chew out the hydrogen pretty fast in this method of hydraulics. So that's our little project and products, fisheries, everything comes off hydrogen fuel for power generation. Electric cars, that's another one. Automotive, that's my trade, in the automotive heavy equipment, machinery, mechanics. So we're going to have that. All these things will be in the community. We've got 3 types of shares. We've got Provident Fund. That's all the profits from that. When you fill out, it's for the smaller investors for £25 one share, and £10 for an annual fee. That's it. £35 gets you one share in the community. So the Provident Fund covers Provident Society, benefit the community, and so the money from the profits go back in the community. Then we've got cooperatives running in those communities with self-employed people. They'll come into the business as shareholders in the cooperative, since the profits go back to the shareholders who own all the equipment and the everything. That's the bridge. The whole works in that area of that country, of one of 250 countries. So I get to manage everything, and the executive. So I'll be in each of those as the founding director, and Jamie Patrick Stewart Ngātai, she's my secretary, a nice girl, to do all the secretarial work, private, and marketing at this stage. She's doing a pretty good job, starting from nothing in a short time. So we want determined people to come and join us. I see there's a few that are willing to go out and be agents for Moai powerhouse companies. And it works like this. Basically, you've got a share, one share, your member for life, stays there and grows on it. should get at least 3-to-1 ratio on a return on investment in the end. When everything's going. So they will go out and bring in people that fill out the application forms that are online. You'll see it on Prospectus here, and just use the normal Provident Fund one page. There's 35 pages out of at least 289 pages altogether on this prospectus and business plan, and also information. So we're only concerned with the first 35 pages of shares. The rest is information and who we are, the executive, the profiles of everybody working with us, the engineers, also the people we'll be dealing with, the companies like PricewaterhouseCoopers, accountants, so they'll take up looking after the accounts, and Kawi design engineers for the project in Denmark. So we've got steel companies in Korea, Hyundai, Daewoo, that we want to build the turbines for the Pacific region. Otherwise, if it's Russian, it'll be them that build their methods and their technology ideas. So we'll have the idea. We've got the patent on the idea. The patents for what we have is the Moai statue that's standing in London, New York, Washington DC, Chile, New Zealand, Singapore, London, France, Brussels, and other places. Those are real statues. That's our title, our memorial title for the Tahitian here in the Pacific and the Tikanga Moai law. So we're going under that monarch sovereign, and I'm going there to London, Westminster to take to go along with Jeff Foley, HRH Prince Regent, Lord Howden, Lord Low Howden, Constable of the Palace. Okay, so that's our partner. He's working with us, and so we're putting things together. It looks certain that we'll go across, and Wales and Scotland. Scotland will get their independence by September in their referendum, and also the sovereignty back. And so we're going with Scotland at the present time. We're joining up with Scotland government in our Moai sovereign state confederation government. We're calling it the Moai federal state government. Okay, just like the US federal state. Only thing, we've got the flag above what they have of a mace or paddle that's got no mana in it. Just a token of Commander-in-Chief of the Queen, who's not there now. She's been booted out of the Parliament and is retiring, a disgraced wreck, fraudster, corrupted Queen. So you've got that on your plate, who you're swearing to in the governments. So we have our own Moai sovereign state government on the bridge in the middle of the ocean. Right? It's just the same as Vatican City. That's in the middle of Rome. It's got its own sovereignty and its own government. We're just like that. The same as the City of London and the Rothschild banks. They've got their own 600 acres in the middle of London, separate sovereign state from the rest of London or England, and so forth. US federal state and United States of America. Those are corporations. We're going to cooperate as well with the Moai Powerhouse 1, Moai Powerhouse 2, Moai Powerhouse 3, right up to Moai Powerhouse 250 countries. So that puts us on the bridge in those countries under the one title. Crown on his head, the head, the steel, the earth, crown on his head, basket of knowledge. Anyway, that clearly defines and identifies you when you come in as just one of those titles. So it didn't matter if you're black or white or blue or green or brindle. You're one under the God's face. Moai, statue. He's buried deep in the ground, right up to his neck. So that just shows you he's there for man God, not the God face. not the Vatican, with the priest being their god, okay? A man-made god. So that's the difference between us and them. In our federal state, has a flag of King William IV, the Admiralty, the only bank trading flag of commerce in the world. You can forget about all the other kings and queens, because he's the only one with a seal. That's been developed by the Bank of England, King William III, put that together, and then King William IV legislated it in Parliament and passed it as commercial lien mortgage law. So Admiralty is mortgage, believe it or not, that's what it is. And martial law, right? We have the authority of a king to talk for the king, as a king, on paper, with his seal as authenticating our documents. So when you join Moai, you read all this stuff, and you'll see who we are in front of the world, with all the facts, substance, clarity, and certainty. Not what the Commonwealth have got, uncertainty all the time, even in New Zealand, uncertainty. 3-year elections, that's all they can do. That's all they can do. They can't stay forever like us. Once we have our government set up on the bridge and the bank, that's a bank too, the Moai Royal Bank. So your money going into Moai Royal Bank, and everything's on the bridge. So there's no body around to argue with, only the fishers. And that's another problem. We're going to fix up all the broken things that this other federal state is doing, wrecking the world. Chemtrails and fracking oil, we don't need that anymore. We've got power to burn. Okay, we've got plenty of power to burn, bulk, and it's our idea, right? So when you see any of the things that look like a bridge with turbines spinning on it like that, that's our patent, right? It's been out long enough, since 2004, right till now, in the Scottish competitions, we went in there, and the New Zealand competitions, the Sustainable Power Energy Fund. Our name's all over the place with tidal energy. And nothing's happened yet. We've done all the research, we've done all the homework on the technology, the best there is to make hydrogen, and use it as our vehicle to get around the world. So everything that we do is clean, straight up, no mucking around, and check us out, and then somebody will come around, or you can fill out the forms yourself, and someone, or otherwise somebody in the family, can do it for you. Now, just to be clear on this, someone coming in just need to get in with £35. That's our currency. Even though we're operating in New Zealand, we'll be operating in London and Scotland, mainly in Scotland, because they're going to be our friends. We can trust them for now, with this government situation they're in. They're going to pull away from UK government that's corrupted to hell in the parliaments. We're going in there, Jeff and I, to challenge the Queen and her title, and who has been picking the money up for the King's Bench, creditor. We're the creditor for the King. We can talk for the King in that parliament, and rescind all the Admiralty law in the world. If they've been playing around with King William's seal, that's his seal you'll see on our documents. Up top you see a whole line of them. It'll explain in there how they work, what seal, what flag, what British flag, Scottish flag. You'll see Jeff's flag in there, Jeff Foley, HRH. Scotland's flag in there, and also Wales. They're the owners of England, Denmark, and Cornwall. They want it back. They want their land back off the Germans and those aliens that are running Parliament. Okay, that's the ultimate. At the end of the day, the Queen and all of her royal family will be booted out, because they're running fraud, scam, Ponzi schemes with the Rothschild banks. The banks, last days. Out you go. We're going to indict you. We're going around the people. All that we do on these websites, and Facebook, Google, Twitter, YouTube, is all for the people who join us. Everything, credits, go back to them. What we recover as salvage under the Admiralty court-martial law, which we have full authority to use, because that's our law in Parliament in Westminster. That's our law and King William partnership contract, right? We haven't changed it. We never will. He gave the flag to us, the only flag that has that authority, and someone's picking up the money. It's either the Queen's Bench, and using the King as a silent partner. Have a look, check it out. He's a silent partner. No more. We're there now. We're talking for King William. Okay? We're allowed to. He's our partner. Anybody else breaking the law under that Admiralty law, court martial law, is a third party. The same as what's happening here in New Zealand. A third party to anything fraud. So that's a business. All that recovered money and assets and seizures on any property, what we're doing on 61 Cook Street, we've got enough to sink them long ago. We're just making them bleed a bit. And the Parliament, all those politicians' names are in boxes in that court. We have the court here, right here, where I'm sitting. Okay? We don't have to be in the courthouse. We have our court right where we stand. And anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter. We've got the seal of a king. We have everything's king. Everything's king in law in Britain and here in Tahitian cultural heritage and ancestral inheritance. Okay, with our Moai statue. That's a title standing in London. Queen Elizabeth II Great Court in London. That's our organic title standing there. You know what that means, eh? They don't know. It means wherever he stands, that's his land. Okay? We've got a title in it. It's standing right there. And so we use that instrument. It's all written up now as a brand name and patent. It's a patent that everything that I'm thinking, or anybody else that's a member that's thinking and doing things, comes under that brand name patent. Okay? God's patent. That's what his face is. God's face. You ask yourself, where does the Queen get her authority from God when she's a criminal? Right? She and the popes are indicted now by the International Tribunal for Crimes in Church and State with Kevin Annett and the Cree Indian people, and they're going to get hung under our system, because that's what Admiralty is, hung on the dock, right, in the bay. Okay, and that's how the law works. That's how our law works. We can do that, right? We can do that. Everything with King and his seal and the flag. So anyway, get back to these shares. The family, the whole family, is able to buy Provident shares. That's common shares, right to the babies. They can be saving. All the way through. Say if a family had 6 and one of them filled out the forms for 6 of them, that's including mum and dad, then that one will get a free share for each one they sign up. That goes for hapu or tribes in villages, like say 5,000, one agent will sign a whole lot up. Right? But he must have their names. He must have their names and a £25 share from them each, and a £10 annual fee. £35 from each member. That's all they need. And they're in. So on top of that, those ones are going to get a free share and be part of the 250 countries with the free share. So when you get your one share, after the agent being a family member or a salesperson that wants to do that sort of thing, go around looking around for people, can't be too hard to do. Once they cotton on how it works, the fuel as the product and everything else that burns it, okay? Planes and trains and everything, and submarines. Anyway, they buy one share, and the free share that we give with the shares to burn. A free share was split into 250 countries. So now they own all the other countries online. These are internet shares. Just like how Tesla car, the guy that built the electric car, they said it's useless, wouldn't work. So now he built that. He's building rockets now for NASA. Okay, he went up very quick, only because he reads a lot, just like how we're doing, read and ideas. And he's just picked it up and ran with it. So we're picking up everything. You pick it up, all these things. It's not charged. We can't charge anything because we're using Tikanga Moai law. Never charge for information give out. It's freely given for you to use. Now claim it. All this information I'm putting on there, claim it, except the ideas of building it. You can't go and build this. If you do, you get hung, right, with the Admiralty law. So, warning to everybody who's watching this video, do not try to think you're going to build anything with Moai's head on it, or the King's seal. Right? As long as there's a king there, it'll be kings for a while in Britain. Right? So Britain rules the world. They're obligated to us as partners. The British government is our legal contract business partner. Right? Philip Hammond, Secretary of State and Defence, is our protectorate under King William IV. Period. That's for real. Check it out. It is right. It's been hidden for a long time. Not anymore. We've got it out in the open now, so we can go there and talk. They're gonna come out of it all right, because we've got a pound note we had since 1888. King Tawhao of Waikato was instrumental in using the pound note for trade. So we were trading before the 1840 Treaty of Waitangi here in New Zealand. That's only a recent thing. So they haven't got no title. They've got no sovereignty of their own. They're borrowing it from the hapu. So the hapu is going to take it off them. That's the local native tribes and their government structures. So they're going to seize everything back this way. So they can stay on the Maori side, because the Maori word and the iwi are all on the corporate side of the Crown. Crown, Corporation, Rothschild Banks, and the Vatican, and the Queen. Right? Those are crooks. Those are the crooks who are running the planet and blowing the place up with war, okay, for business. So we're going the opposite way. We're going the truth and rake it out of them. We'll take them into court as soon as we get financial. We're just doing that now. We're going to build a big boat, and they'll get us going, right? Do a bit of work. So it'll just come and blend in with everything. Anyway, back to these shares. So now the whole family's tied to the Provident Fund Society. We're building into the system insurance, so that everything is insured. The life, the car, the lot, in one hit, on the bridge. Everything is insured, and the tax system is taken care of there. Whatever they left with the balance on their account when they work for Moai, in any industry, it's credited through the TagPay mobile phone. Okay, there's no money changing hands. It's all electronic. So you can go to the bank and use their money till we get our water money currency going. Okay, so we'll seize all the gold from all the crooks with the Admiralty law. The Admiralty court-martial law came out only in the commercial times of going from one country to the other on a ship. And they crawled the ship on the land and stuck it there and started doing the High Court of Admiralty. That's how that works. But they only got to do that with King William's authority. Okay? So we have full authority to shut them down, if we wanted to, by taking it away from them and rescinding King William's title to Geoffrey Foley, HRH. Okay? A new king is about to emerge this way. There's no other way to do it. No one has the authority to take that king away or bring another one in. Only Moai. If anybody thought they had a way to do it, then we haven't seen it yet. So all our statements that we make on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google, no one's refuted yet. We're still waiting for anyone, even the politicians here, have not said anything. Ignorance, silence is no, it's not going to work. It's no admission that you're going to get away. No, we can pick you off one at a time. Jonky, you can't run away. We'll follow it. Okay? All the Rothschilds, land over here, we're going after it. Okay? We're going after with the people. We won't have reason to do anything until we get members signed up. We've got over 2,100 on Facebook alone, sitting and watching. And thank you for being there and having belief in us. I'm sure there's others who want to join us as well. So we're close now. I'm just about ready to put the prospectus out today. It got corrupted halfway through. do it all again. So a little bit of wrangling around with it, so it's just about right. So whatever you're not sure with, just leave questions on our Facebook page or our Moai Power, www.moai, M-O-A-I, Power, P-O-W-E-R, House, H-O-U-S-E, .com, C-O-M. Okay? Moai, powerhouse.com with a www in the front of it. You'll get us. And check it out. It might be a little confusing for a start, but we're going to improve things as we go along. Jamie and I will be travelling overseas soon as we get things set up, and off to the islands and off to England, right, to sort out things with Jeff Foley and his land and the Westminster Parliament, and also our authority with the King. Okay, yeah, it should be about another 3 hours. I'll have things loading up on Twitter. We've got time, I'll put it on Facebook. But we're going to go the Twitter way, simply because it's got short 147 character lines, so they can pick up quickly. And we use that as our means of communications and videos, short clips, not long ones like this, and also for voting. We'll use Twitter for voting when we have meetings, and also webinars when we get around to implementing a new few plans and things. So the other part of the shares, so that's Provident Fund I've been talking about. Then we've got the cooperative funds, cooperative shares. They've got ABC shares that are cooperative and Provident funds, just those 3 shares. One is £25, then we've got £500 and £5,000 a share. Okay, so it depends on how much you put in or what you want to invest. You can put a few bucks in each time, doesn't matter. It'll all come out on the accounts on TagPay. When we get that set up, I've got to get a merchant's license for it. Haven't been doing other things to get everything going. With a bit of difficulty with only 2 of us working on it, so that's why it's taken a long time, but better be sure than sorry. So we're avoiding making mistakes, and this is for real. Moai is for real. There's no bullshit in it, and if there was, it wouldn't be lasting very long. Those people who are fearing the truth, we're coming after you with the people, not so much us, but the people have the right to be in the credit line, and this is the only way to get the credit back from the crooks and the fraudsters who are running their corporate businesses. We're going after those businesses to find out where their titles came from, and if they've been dicking around with the King William's titles, then they're in the gun. They'll lose in any court. We keep out of their courts because they're corrupted as well. The judges, the lawyers, the politicians, a whole lot of them have corrupted the system. Even the Tikanga Maori law, they've corrupted that as well. So we don't use that. We use only the British government from our original and amended to today's regulations and laws for our business. Okay, so just to let you know, you'll be on the safe side. We're challenging the Crown as well and the British government on their authority over us, or not at all, and where our part is in the middle of that law, as far as kings and queens are concerned. We're going to bring it out of them because we've got the truth here of who's who and why the Vatican's playing up and killing people. It's not going to be there anymore. It's going to go out as soon as we get this guy, right? Only for good reasons, not for bad reasons. The church is being hacked about, and it's not the best look, right? It's not the best look with popes being arrested, over 1,000 at once of their bishops being pedophiles and playing around with little kids, okay? And all that sort of bad thing is starting to show up now, and also in the states. The fracking and the shaking, the earthquakes, all of that stuff, Moai already knows that. He knows, he can see you're doing it. Believe it or not, we already know what's happening there in the technology, space, astronomy, astrology, all that stuff. anthropology is our business, right? You'll see it all over the website. You'll see it all over these documents, quite a few, and the ideas and everything. Now we got to the second shares, the cooperative. Then we go to the corporate Crown stuff. That's the normal people with their corporations can come in and buy shares as well. So we're not alone. Most of the businesses, the big businesses like YouTube or whatever, I mean the industries like Daewoo and Hyundai and manufacturing steel companies and GM, GE electrical generators and all those sort of people will be using all the equipment. They'll come in and buy big bulk shares. They'll boost your share up. That's what I'm saying. They're all linked together. When they buy into the project to build all the structures on the bridges, they have to sign under the Provident Fund as well as the Cooperative Fund Society, and with the corporations, the agents that'll be working for us in every industry coming in and they'll be paid by salary or wages from the bridge. That's the bank and the employer on the bridge on any of those countries. So if Russia came in with their investor and bought shares, we'll go to Russia and off the coastline in international waters with these flags that we have of jurisdiction and constitution. So we're still using the same flag. We have a right with the 1835 Declaration of Independence Sovereign State Nation flag of Moai Hapu natives that King William gave to go anywhere in the world under his protectorate, which is the British government, and the military are there for us. One phone call, they'll cover us. They should, because it's our business. They know when we go there, we'll make a deal that they are the other partner. So they didn't give us any instructions to use that flag, how to use it, what it was for, and the seal. So now we make the rules here on how much they get. Something like 10%, we get 90% of all the salvage property and assets that we're seizing off the Crown and its corporations. Right? Their businesses, they've been using the King for their authority is no longer going to be there for them when we have something to do with it. Okay, so we'll go around and check all the titles, same as what we're doing on 61 Cook Street in Auckland. For those investors who are waiting, who know, I've left it standing there. I spoke to Graham Aylett yesterday, the private investigator, ex-UK detective sergeant, is very elated with us. He thought I had gone away. Our bank manager, Alex Willie, ran away. I went to the bank, ANZ Bank, Auckland, Queen Street. He's not there. They don't know where he went. He disappeared just like a puff of air. Never said anything to me, even though we were going along, and he was going to be a bank manager for us. He might have gone and killed himself. But the worst thing was he didn't let us know where he was going, or he wasn't going to come work for us. He was coming to work for us. I think he's been pushed and shoved by the Vatican and all the bank crooks that we're going to go after, with the people, not ourselves, with the people, as they suggest. So when they join us, the people, we've got all that to recover, all that fractional banking, all that thin air money. We're going to make them talk. No more silence anymore in our court, right? They're on our land, here and everywhere. They're on our land. They're occupying the land under conveyancing titles. And we've got the original titles. The thing is, my word against yours. That's how Moai works. My word against yours. If you can't refute an affidavit, then you lose the case. Just like that. That's what we're doing with Cook Street. They can't show me a title with Manukau's name on it, right? Because there's a Manukau Harbour, Manukau City, Manukau Harbour, Manukau Heads, where the British came in on their boats in 1840. They bought the Manukau land without a Manukau name title on it. Right, that's what I'm doing here with this property. Saying to Land Register General here, and the Survey Register General, Robert Muir, and Robert Muir Land Register General, Robert Andrell, Land Survey General, and I wanted to register the title, but they wouldn't do it. They cancelled it. They discharged it. I said, okay, I'll fix you up. They're supposed to put the Manukau name on it, and our names, on that title. They're in trouble. That's what this detective sergeant says. They're in trouble with this Aaron Pascoe for telling me don't go on that land, right? So he's a third party in this crooked business, right? So we'll show you how to do it. We'll show you how to do one title equals all the rest of the Commonwealth titles. Gone. Back to the people. That's how it works. So those become shares. Money back. When we recover that money, it belongs to all the people who are members. So if you're not a member, you don't get any of it. So we're going after all the people in 1 billion shares on each country. So the same billion that we have in Scotland can go on another bridge and be the same billion over there off the coast of another country, right, to veto any decisions in the sea. Under these 4 flags, King William IV, British Crown flag, that's his Crown and Anchor, red Crown and Anchor flag, that's his authority in the sea, right, from the Navy, right, Rear Admiral, Navy, okay, that's his title. Now we got the Confederation title, the Moai Hapu in New Zealand, that's from King William, 1835 Declaration of Independence and Sovereign Nation State. That's our own title from Britain, British government, Westminster, and our king. Okay, so that's everything. That's the trading, commercial, trading bank flag. Only one in the world that is a creditor. Only one in the world. They don't know how to use it. Right, we are. First time. Anyway, we've got Jeff Foley, HRH, Prince Regent, Wales, Scotland, flag of jurisdiction, authority as a new King of England. Okay, I put that and designed it, and it looks good. He said, yep, that's it. Okay, so you see that on the top, along the top of our documents. Right, you see it, all the seals there. And then we've got the Moai flag. Right, you've got the Moai flag, which is God's grace, face of ruling authority and truth. Right, law, L-O-R-E-L-A-W, truth. Right, that's it. My word against yours. That's what that flag is. It's got a red cross, dark red, same as Jeff Foley's. Peace, harmony, and love. Okay, that's the red to replace King George red cross of the devil and the red dragon and war and all the funny things. Okay, so that's what. And picking up people at the end of the cliff. Red cross. Okay, red cross and their business. Okay, so we'll replace it with a dark red DNA for everybody. Right? You just say, yep, that's it. So we've got the flags. We've got those 4 flags. We've got the on the Moai flag. We've got the Moai there, standing there. We've got the constellation stars, the 3 stars. Then we've got Makamake. Planet Makamake was founded by our own Tahitian people on East Island. So that's our history. Memorial title that's in stone. It's set in stone, solid. Right? Everything's stuck in the ground. To Makamake, it's got a picture there, straight to Makamake, at the end of the universe, right? So we've got stories that add up, not humbug stories like the Vatican with all these illusions of obelisks they stole from Nubia and black African Nubians. They stole that thing and put it in the middle of Rome. That's theft. That's stolen. They're praying to somebody else's gods of the sun, Ra, right? And the statue standing in London, see, they stole it. Queen Victoria stole my own ancestral inheritance title. So they stuck me there. No, that's mine, for me. It's the writing, the carvings. Those are our own ancestors' writings to us. And our memorials to keep us going, our culture. That's our culture. They've got theirs. They've got King George, they've got King William, King and Churchill and all those stone things. That's theirs. They come and bring their things and stick it up the obelisk over here. The bliss still goes back to Nubia. The Africans is our bloodline. You check our bloodline, it's the same. The feet the same as me, as those Nubians. Okay? The blood will be the same chromosomes and as Tahitian. That's the proof. Yeah? That's the proof of our titles. Doesn't matter for everybody joining. We don't go. We're clearing the slate. We're clearing the slate and starting fresh, right? New start, new beginnings. Forget the past, stick it up, park it up, and you know where we are. We know where we came from. We're not the same as before now. We're brand new people, right? New people, and new currency with the water money, and new shares, and new way of doing things, and cooperatives together. None of this borrowing, mortgages out the window, right? No more mortgages, no more loans, no more fractional banking, no more humbug money, no more thin air policies. Right? They can go. They're crooked over here. Judith Collins, you bullshitting in front of everybody, and Morris Williamson. I've watched you fellas all the way through Parliament. I've been in Parliament there with my foreshore and seabed cranes. All of you are crooked as hell. For yourselves, you're going to get indicted. You're going to strip you. You're going to strip you, and if necessary, hang you, just so you won't do that in front of Moai, and nobody's going to get away with it. No one's going to get them. Doesn't matter if you go across the other side of the world. We'll still go and get you. Our little go and get you, right? Through the British military, right? We'll find you and make you pay for all your mistakes. You're making lots of mistakes on our land, on our behalf, right? That's the natives. All the indigenous people, listen up. Listen up, you people. It's your land they're occupying, right? They came here. We didn't go there. They came here. And so we have to look after them. Everybody on that land, we look after them. We're all going to work together this way, not going to screw your land and kick you off and shoot you. Right? That's why they do it. That's how the federal state does it. We're going to change the whole federal system because it's crooked. They're using our Te Ture Whenua Act, 93 Act in Australia, Canada, America, New Zealand. Right? That's a contract. That's a contract. The Te Ture Whenua is Jeff Foley's business as a regent of British law. Okay? He's going to take that up and whip them. Okay? Whip them for using it, usurping it. And the Australian natives have got no native title written rivers, mountains of their own. They've used ours and compromised us. They're going to pay for that. They're going to pay. Listen up, Prime Minister of Australia. You've got a problem on your hands. I'm telling you now. It's not worth trying to get away with it. Because your government is crooked with our third party. You are a third party in our business between us and the region and Westminster Parliament. That's a Westminster Parliament license to run this country for us natives, not for the other natives over there. They're going to get their own. They can do their own, or they can ask us. You didn't ask us, you just took it, right? And these Prime Minister Helen Clark and John Key. John Key, you got a problem. You've got a problem. I'm going to make you talk. All of you in Parliament, you're going to talk and tell the truth. Otherwise, lock up. Right? Lock up. The containers, ships be here and take you away. Make you work in a funny farm. Okay? So that's all I want to say. It's a bit long, but I just want to get you a little bit of hint out before I let this thing go. Don't anybody try to use it for their own gains, even Facebook. Not to use. I warn you, do not use any of the information for your own purpose. Even the people who think they're going to build it in any country, do not try to build the ideas that we have on this plan after seeing it. And it's got its own patent. We're not going through the world patents. We are the patent under the Moai statute. We are the patent of our ideas, and all the people who join us will have the same authority. Okay? We're the boss of ourselves and our own sovereign state government. That you'll see us, and the words there, I put a whole thing on the government, how it works, on the economic development of this government here trying to take over us with the Supreme Court. They're trying to do it. I'll just put it straight there, because all the stuff they're doing in Parliament belongs to us. They belong to us. All the information belongs to the Maoris and the Moai people. Right? You want to be a Maori, you stay with them. You want to be a Moai, you come on this side with all the rest of the people in the world. Okay? Two different things. Maori, Moai. One or the other. The other ones stick for Maori, go down their path and be slaves. The other Moai, freedom. Okay? Freedom. That's how it is. Well, I think that's enough for now. We'll catch you later. Have fun. And see you soon. Bye for now. John, Auckland, New Zealand.